Hi guys, greetings to you all, whatever you may be listening. Guys, look, before you think of buying any ticket, airline ticket, please make sure that you know how to read and write and operate your phone very well. Check well if that airline will tolerate you in case you don't know how to read and write. Check well before buying the ticket, okay? Else you go collect as comfort Emmanson collects in a hot way. So guys, please like, share, subscribe. Thank you very much, because now you're about to watch something that will shock you. Okay guys, watch it to the end. Tell me your thoughts in the comment section, because I'll tell you mine. Bye.
It's your statement, and I wish I could get to part of that statement maybe later. But you gave your own account of exactly what played out. If I summarize that statement, you were basically saying this lady was triggered. At no point did she refuse. But I'm not going to speak for you. You were on that flight. So tell us, where were you seated, your seat number, where was she seated, and what exactly happened that things escalated to the point? Because what you're going to tell us now is what none of us is... none of us is privy to what you're about to tell us now. We've only a statement from the Ibom Air, and now a lawyer who was not in that plane but briefed by Comfort has spoken. But you are an eyewitness. So, Barrister, tell us what played out.
Okay, thank you. Yes, I'm a lawyer, but I'm appearing this morning, and I'd like to just stick to that. Now, I was sitting to her immediate left. So I was on the aisle seat to the left. She was on the aisle seat to the right. So my seat number was 14B. There was a gentleman to my left who was on 14A. So her own seat number should be either 14C or D. I think the window seat is 14D, while she was 14C on the aisle. So we're right next to each other, and it was a small plane. So I think the distance between us was no more than 2 feet. Yeah, so I heard everything. I saw all that transpired. And yes, she was triggered. Even though the lady, the air hostess, the second air hostess who was speaking to her, was directing all her instructions to her, just me sitting down there, I actually felt humiliated myself, just looking at the way the lady was being spoken to. To be fair, Ibom Air instructed very clearly. The first air hostess that came instructed very clearly: no airplane mode, switch off your phone. After takeoff, then you can put on and put flight mode. So it was very clear. The first air hostess addressed us on the emergency exit road protocols. After she did that, she spoke to Miss Emmanson and said, "Please switch off your phone." She told her twice, and then this first air hostess left to continue her duties. The second air hostess, who is the one blocking exactly who is being shown now, that second air hostess now came towards us in the emergency exit and stood, even from her posture, see that she came for trouble. And Miss Emmanson had been fiddling with her phone. I noticed she was trying to do some stuff, I don't know. And so she told her again, switch off your phone, switch off your phone. And Miss Emmanson said clearly to her, I heard it. She said, please, the buttons on my phone for switch off are not working. They are not working, so I don't know how to switch it off. And the woman said, no, switch off your phone. So that back and forth went on. So at a point, that's the second air hostess said, look, you're even using an iPhone, so you don't need a button to switch it off. So the lady said, okay, I don't know how to do it. Can you do it for me? And she said, I'm not touching your phone. I'm not touching your phone. Just switch it off. She said, I don't know what to do. So the lady now said, okay, go to settings. And when you go to settings, go to general. So the girl was holding and said, see, please, I can't understand what you're saying. I can't read. I don't know what you're saying. It's saying where I should go to. The woman, the second air hostess now told her, I don't have time for your nonsense. Please just switch it off. She said, I don't, okay. Mr. Martin now asked, okay, can you spell the general? So the air hostess started actually saying G, okay, G, then E. So that was the point that the gentleman on my left and I said, come on, what's going on? Calm, don't speak to her like this. Let's, the second air hostess did not even acknowledge her. She didn't even to my side to even see that someone was speaking. So at that point, I asked the gentleman to arrive. I said, please, can you just help this lady? You know, I don't use an iPhone. I've never used an iPhone, so I'm not too familiar with settings and all of that. So the gentleman to arrive now took the phone and started trying to sort it out. So when that was going on, Miss Emmanson started talking to the second air hostess. I said, why are you embarrassing her like this? Why? I mean, why? And then the air hostess told her, you better keep quiet now. If you say another word, I will deal with you. I was actually saying, because the language was very flowery and X-rated, I can't say. So that was when this second air hostess said, okay, you proceed. And then she left and went towards the front of the airplane. She never came back. At least I don't recollect her coming back through the aisle throughout the flight. So that is exactly what transpired. So after that happened, the gentleman to the right switched off the phone or whatever it was he did. And a couple of passengers tried to say, switch off your phone, don't risk our lives, blah, blah, blah. And then we told them, no, that's not what happened. She never said she wasn't going to switch off her phone. She was trying to switch off her phone. She said she had issues switching it off. And so the passengers calmed down and we took off. So that is what happened. But it was clear, at least to us on the emergency exit row, it was clear that there was a problem here. She needed to be handled very well. Because this lady kept simmering throughout the flight. She was cursing. I could hear her because I was right next to her. She was really upset. She felt as if these people are just against me. And why? She said she bought this ticket with her own money. So why should they treat her like this? That's what she was saying, and that's what I'm hearing. And I can't tell you what the other thing she was saying because they were really nasty. But she wasn't directing to anyone, but she was just talking. So it was clear that she was angry. And the second air hostess, the aggressor, kept checking, kept peeping to see how things are going at our end throughout the flight. I noticed it. So the passenger by my side, as we're approaching landing, we're like, God help us, so let's get out of this plane before anything happened. And we were saying it in jest, but we also knew that something was off. We're so worried that I discussed with him. I said, okay, when they were telling us to stow away and put everything ready for landing, the lady didn't even hear any of that. I told her, I said, we're landing, switch off your phone, put it away. Then the second air hostess, the first air hostess, the very polite and amiable and professional one came, helped her to stow away, helped her take her purse, put it in the cabin on top, and was very professional. So all of that happened, and then the plane landed. Once the plane landed, the first air hostess, the professional one, came to the front and started disembarking by room. Just before it came to our turn, Ms. Emmanson left and went back. And I presume she went to the toilet. I used the toilet myself, right? And I noticed that the only apartment at the back is the toilet. There isn't even an apartment, cabin crew and all of that like regular thing. This one is just the toilet. That's the only. So that's why I presume she went to the toilet. So when it got to our turn to disembark, those of us on our road disembarked and we went out and totally forgot about the hooks part until the videos and all came. So that's what happened. This is what I heard. This is what I know happened. Issue of airplane mode. That didn't come up, at least I didn't.
So, Mr. Ogebe, first of all, if I heard you correctly, you said Ms. Emmanson said she couldn't read. She was even asking that general be spelt.
Oh, yes. That is what happened. So whether she meant that she couldn't see properly or she couldn't read as in wasn't literate, I don't know. But that's what she said. And the second L started spelling. Okay, G, okay, E. That's what happened.
Okay, but because in subsequent interactions, she didn't sound like somebody who wasn't educated. So I just wanted to put that out, for a clarity, if we can get clarity from that. But talk to us about, you're a lawyer. I don't know if aviation law is your specialty, but talk to us about the appropriateness of the handling of the situation, how it could have been done properly without it resulting in the altercation between Miss Emmanson and the Ibom Air staff. How should they have handled it if they were going to read her the implications of what had happened and how it could have been better managed, so to speak? Because other aspects to this conversation are to the effect that even in international flights, once phones are either switched off or put on flight mode during...
Good morning.
All right, so you heard what the lady said there. That the girl was not sounding like somebody that cannot read or write. That she was speaking well. Let me tell you, people can be speaking good English, yeah, polished English, but they can't write or even read. So some are like that. So don't just assume that because she was speaking English when she was being interviewed, that now means that she can equally read and write. You see, some people, I don't know how they reason shall. You heard the lady said it there. So she didn't, that one no enter at all, enter, it no make sense at all, Even the whites themselves, not even all of them that can speak English can equally read and write. So it's just like that. So for the fact that you can speak your language doesn't mean that you can read it or write it very well. This is life. Not everybody can be that perfect, in languages, okay? So that's that. Though she has been, the Minister for Aviation, Festus Keyamo, have ordered for her release. So I believe that maybe by now she's out, or even yesterday, or during this week, I don't know. But I know that she's a free person, okay? But one funny thing, the air hostess girl, that very one, the wicked one, not the professional one, the wicked one, that called the police, that want to make sure that she deals with that girl. Nobody talked about her. No punishment, nothing. They just covered her up. Nobody talked about her. In fact, she was even acting like the victim herself, and a lot of people fell for it, started supporting her. Yeah, she did the right thing. Imagine she walking in an international plane abroad, or she's working in one airline in Europe or America or UK, and she now deal with a customer like that. Slap a customer like that. She'll be jailed. She'll be in prison by now. In fact, she will lose her job completely, sacked and in prison, and that airline will pay a lot to that girl. So just because it's Nigeria, they feel that once they're in a position of authority, they now felt like, yeah, I'm in a position of authority, I'll deal with you, I don't care. Because she did rapport with police now. She even have police number. Can you imagine? She even have police number to even call police. And already, most people that boarded that airline also said the same thing, that girl is rude. She talks to people rudely, She no respect. So there's something definitely wrong with her. And definitely, if that airline don't want problem for themselves, they should better do the needful. Take her out of that position, fix her somewhere else, maybe where they sell tickets. Because if you cannot read or write now, this girl could embarrass you inside plane. The same thing could equally be for you. Especially when you don't know how to, control things in your phone or hear the kind of English she speaks. So don't avoid buying those kind of tickets, those kind of airlines, even for your old parents that cannot equally read or write or understand English. This girl will deal with them. So that's it. She has already brought a bad name to the airline, and maybe from now a lot of customers will start avoiding the airline. They'll stop booking. They'll be like, no, I don't want embarrassment to that airline. They can deal with you and call police for you. Even send you out of the plane if you dare challenge her. One air hostess dealing with all the customers. They say she gives order to them. It's all right, guys. So you tell me your thoughts in the comment section, okay? It's good to know that the girl is free, all right? I'm out. Bye-bye.